going to be especially tricky. I know I look crazy. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kim. If you're new, I like to make home decor and DIY content on this channel. And Happy New Year, you guys. It is now the second week of January. I feel like 2024 just kind of went by so quickly. And in today's video, we're going to do a little bit of a chit-chatty video. I will be doing a little bit of an update on the front entryway, specifically on this portion right here. Initially, when I did the entryway makeover, I did have like an umbrella holder on the side, which I will be placing back. It's just a missed opportunity. I feel like there's things that I can put there that make sense for an entryway. We definitely need like some sort of mail sorter for all the mail that we get. I don't want them to stay in the kitchen island where it mostly lands and on the junk drawers. I would like for them to have like a little bit of an organizational piece in the front entryway that we can place and sort out there. I want like a little bit of a chair moment for when we need to put our shoes on, and like some art. It's the three pieces of things that I think that this front entryway really lacks. I did thrift a couple of items in our local thrift stores, and I wanted to do a little thrift flip for this week's video. And obviously it is 2025. We are entering a new year. I did a lot of like researching. I really want this year to be my development year in terms of like my personal life, my health, all that good stuff. So I want to chit chat and talk to you guys more about that while I do my DIYs. So yeah, grab your drink of choice and let's get to DIYing, shall we? We are back in the shed and we will be doing a couple of thrift flips for this video. I had mentioned a chair, a mail sorter, and some sort of art. And I have thrifted some pieces that we can thrift flip so that we can make over that little portion of the entryway. The first of them is this stool right here. I actually thrifted this for only $6. I'm not sure, but I feel like it might be real wood because it's pretty heavy. Got it at a Goodwill. I want to put like a chair in the entryway so that when you're getting ready and you're putting your shoes on and stuff like that, you have a place to sit. You can always sit in the front living room, but I just feel like the entryway needed its own like designated stool, This stool is pretty tall. I don't want it to be this tall. I only want it to be like about 16 inches. The first thing we're gonna do is measure out how much we need to take off. Let's see how tall this thing actually is. All right, so this is 2 feet, 24 inches. I just want it to be about like this height. So I need to take 7 inches out. This is gonna be especially tricky since it's at an angle, but I have to take out 7 inches. All right, I know what to do. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have like a little 7-inch stencil, clip a pen or a pencil or a marker on it, and then just trace through until I can trace through all of them and then just cut them that way. I made this little thing right here. This is actually only 6 inches just to give me a little bit of leeway in case I mess it up. I'm literally just gonna trace this. That seems pretty solid to me, so I'm gonna try to cut it. No wobble. We love that for us. All right, so I know I look crazy, but I want to wear a 95 and some goggles for this next part. When I cut the wood, it was easy to find out that this thing is actually fully real wood. It wasn't MDF or nothing like that in the middle. You can literally see the grain in the middle. So the next portion of this DIY is stripping. So I have some premium stripper thing here. The process of stripping the paint off this chair was truly tedious and long. The stripper was really good at removing the majority of the paint. Like, it worked in minutes, but there was like 3 layers of paint on this chair that needed to be removed. And after 2 rounds of the stripper, I just sanded the rest of it off, starting with a 60 grit all the way down to 220, and took a wire brush to the nooks and crannies. Now, let's talk about the new year, you guys. 2025 is here, and although I don't fully believe in like the whole New Year's resolution thing, I do think it's generally a nice time of the year to reset and plan for the year ahead. But before that, let's take some time to like really reflect on 2024. How was your guys' 2024? I hope it was full of love and growth. And if it was one of the toughest years yet, guess what? You made it. And that's something to be really proud of. I personally didn't set too many goals for 2024 because I was too stressed out about wedding planning. We had our wedding in May last year now. But with that being said, I really think that 2024 was my foundation year. I got married, we finally started settling into our house, we traveled with friends and family, strengthening relationships. I strengthened my relationship with the man up above and started going to church regularly, which I'm really proud of. And I started posting on YouTube about my passions for all things home decor and DIY. So I feel like I really set some foundation last year. And stemming from that, I want the theme of my 2025 to be my personal development year. I want to set my intentions for this year, and that's to better myself as a whole. Take care of my body, live a healthier and balanced lifestyle, explore my hobbies like my little home decor projects that I share here on YouTube. For the past however many years, I've always been so focused on my career and career goals, going back to school, taking the next steps, all that good stuff, that now I want to focus my attention on my personal life, health, relationships, and hobbies. It's really hard for me personally to balance these two things. So my professional life is just gonna be on cruise control this year while I set up my personal life. Now that I'm married and we're thinking about starting a family in the future, I want to make sure that I'm ready for those next steps by really taking of myself and growing as a person, before I start actually growing a person. Get it? Okay. Alright, so I just finished staining the chair. It looks pretty good in my opinion. I used a gel stain to stain it. I have to wait like maybe 8 hours or so, probably even more, for this to fully dry before I can put some poly to cover it. This project is basically done. I'm pretty proud of how this turned out. It is now the next day. The chair looks pretty good. It's nice, it's dry, and I like the amount of stain that I placed on it. Now the next step is to seal it. So I have here water-based poly that I'm gonna use to seal. I think I'm gonna do 2 coats in the base and then 3 coats up top. For this second thrift flip, I was able to score this really cool wooden frame at the thrift store. It had this fun little tile art in the middle, which is cool and all, but if you know me, you know that I like to personalize the art that I hang around the house. So this time around, I wanted to use the frame, but change out the art inside. I wanted to paint a watercolor of a plant to symbolize this year's intentions for me, which is personal growth. I especially wanted to personalize the entryway artwork because this is the last thing I will most likely see before I walk out the door, and it's just a subtle reminder for myself. I intend for the art of this frame to change as the seasons of my life change because I always want the art to reflect whatever chapter I am in my life. This year in particular, I want to have goals in place to achieve the personal development I'm aiming to have. I want to make quarterly goals this year with monthly sub-goals to really break down what I want to attain at the end of the year. For example, I have health and fitness goals this year, so for the first quarter of the year, I want my goal to be to eat more home-cooked meals. So for the month of January, I have been trying to do groceries at least every other week and do a meal prep at least once a week. I'm not going to restrict the home-cooked meals I make because I want to take it step by step as to not make it too intimidating for myself. So maybe this month is all about grocery shopping and just starting to cook in general. And then maybe next month I can explore more healthier dishes that I can try. I also want to pick up running this year, and my overly confident goal for the first month is to just run every single day for at least a mile a day. A mile is just 15 minutes, guys, and my thought process is, if I can doom scroll for 2 hours online, I should be able to make time for at least a 15-minute run. Health to me also means healthy relationships. So for this first quarter, I want to have more date nights with my husband at least twice a month. It doesn't have to be anything special, but just like alone time with him twice a month so that we can catch up and really talk about our relationship and stuff like that. And because my friends and I are all in different stages in our lives, I want to aim for at least one intentional friend hangout a month. Nothing too high maintenance. I just want to enable myself to catch up and be there for my friends and family. And this last thrift isn't even a flip at all because I found this really cool mail sorter that is perfect as is. I love its worn out lettering and color. It really fits with the vibe that I'm going for. It just needed a little bit of dusting. So as I hang all the wall decor up, I wanted to talk about the last aspect of this year's personal development goals that I want to share with you guys, which is my hobbies and professional goals. As I've mentioned before, since this year, my husband and I want to focus more on family. With his support, I've decided to let my career in healthcare be on cruise control, meaning that I'll just work my regular 3 days a week. For now, I don't have too many healthcare related goals, but I do want to post a little bit more on YouTube. This home has been a passion project of mine, and through it I've discovered my passion for interior design, and I've loved posting this journey with you guys online. If you are here right now, thank you so much for watching. It really truly means a lot to me. I want to post a little bit more regularly this year, and I also want to up the quality of the videos I post. So for this year, I want to focus on adding more and more filming skill sets, and I want to add a filming skill set each month. So for this month, I want to focus on kind of like the storytelling of my videos to make it more interesting and not like dragging or anything like that. And maybe next month I can learn more about editing and so on and so forth. I really hope to grow in this platform this year, so if you enjoy the content, please subscribe. It truly does mean a lot to me. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And if you've made it all the way to the end here, I'm always thankful for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.